Tonight, in a high-stakes address, President Obama will speak to the American people and the world about his strategy to combat Islamic State extremists in both Iraq and Syria. Key among the points we'll be watching for, just how far is he willing to take the fight? We start with the BBC's North America editor, Jon Sopel.
The President today working the phones ahead of his address to the nation tonight. He's speaking here to King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, though by the look of it, it's the King who's doing all the talking, a relationship that's not been the easiest of late. But getting buy-in from across the Middle East is key to the President's strategy for tackling Islamic State, and John Kerry flew into Baghdad to meet the new government there.
And this is a fight that the Iraqi people must win, but it's also a fight that the rest of the world needs to win with them. And it's a fight the United States and the rest of the world need to support every single step of the way.
This will be a moment of political drama when the President addresses the American nation from the state floor of the White House behind me this evening. It's the sort of theatre he sought to avoid. He wanted his legacy to be bringing troops home, but instead he will argue to the American people why action needs to be taken, and taken now, against ISIS in Syria and Iraq. And from the polls, it looks like the American people are behind him. But will these quarrelsome congressional leaders back the President? The body language may look strained, but they are supportive. Their only complaint is that the President should have acted sooner. And hawkish senators like Bill Nelson say the mood of the nation has changed on a year ago. He wants action, and action now.
When you see a group that is so brutal, so uncivil, so savage, the United States, it's time for us to lead a coalition to go and try to eliminate this savagery.
So far, these aircraft have been restricted to hitting IS targets in Iraq. That seems certain to change. In his address, the President will signal a willingness to allow strikes inside Syria, as well as devoting considerable resources to training and equipping the moderate opposition there. And the timing of this announcement? Well, tomorrow these flags will be flying at half-mast to mark the 13th anniversary of 9/11. A date that will forever be associated with America's vulnerability to terrorism and its fight back against it. Jon Sopel, BBC News, Washington.